Welcome everyone to the Cancer full moon ceremony. Woohoo! The first one of 2022. Oh my goodness. We all have to keep our energy up because this one is watery. It can drag you in, down, and under. So here we go. Let's call in sacred space. Everybody take a big deep breath in. And as we exhale, let's drop those grounding cords down into the earth. Woo. Inhale. Pull that energy up through your body. Send it all the way up on the exhale. Out to the heart of the Great Mother above us. And then inhale again. Draw her energy down. That big, juicy full moon. Send it all the way down into the earth and activate that as above, so below flow. Just feel that. Breathing in and breathing out, activate the as within, so without, as the universe, so the soul. Moving to the north, we welcome Mother Earth. We give great thanks to be in this physical body and stand on our own 2 feet. Moving to the south, we welcome water. We welcome clear, clean, current, emotional energy. We welcome love and joy and abundance. Moving to the west, we welcome air, mind, focus, clarity, all of our guidance. And moving to the east, we welcome fire and movement and passion, divine right action. Moving to the center, we welcome the goddess. We welcome Mother Isis, Mother Mary Magdalene, Kuan Yin, Sophia, Sekhmet, Bridget, Hecate, White Buffalo Calf Woman, and the Pipe. We welcome the grandmother of this moon cycle, talks with relations. We call all that beautiful feminine energy in and down, and we call up Mama Gaia to pull and magnetize that energy through us. We welcome our own sweet, extraordinary soul into this circle. We ask that all these energies be with us, pray with us, dance with us today for our mutual benefit. Hope. All right, I'm gonna mute everybody one more time. And then we are gonna dance today, I promise. And gotta get to the free songs. There they are. Okay. Here we go. everybody, just take a minute, just breathe. I think everybody's emotions are probably all over the map. And if you can just say, it's just the moon. I'm going to go outside. Hopefully you got some sun somewhere. If you have that, go out and soak some of it up. Just stand on your porch. I know it's winter, but oh my goodness, you just need that. Oh, Sheila, I'm sorry. We finally have sun. We had snow and dreary for 3 days, so the sun feels really good. So you just wanted, just for a minute, I always tell you to feel into your body and see how the changes are affecting you. So today, especially, many of you may be feeling deep senses of sadness or overwhelm or, the whole gamut. You could also be feeling elation because Cancer is about emotions. It's about water. But what it's really about the most is love. So if you can tap in to that high vibration of Cancer, you can sail right through this day and this week because there's golden nuggets embedded in here. So we want to look at those golden nuggets. So I'm going to put y'all over here. So tonight is the full moon and it's at 6:48 Eastern. So that's going to be 5:48 Central and all the way down the pike. So any Cancer full moon, because at the full moon, we always release things. So if you're going, because you want it to shrink with the moon, right? So, and that's the energy, the vibration of the energy on the planet. So we want to work with that energy. So for this one, it's going to be areas of home and family are going to be either in your face or you're going to be paying attention to those. Security, emotions, healing old traumas, those kinds of things are going to be up on a Cancer full moon, no matter what. Issues of balance, balancing our professional and family responsibilities. Sometimes those can clash. So you want to be thinking about how you can, those areas of your life anyway. But for this one, it is in direct opposition to Pluto right now. And Pluto is just like if you have Scorpio in your chart, this moon's gonna have a big pull because Pluto and Scorpio hold the same vibration. And Scorpio's all about feeling everything, from elation to the very depths. And so it says the healing, I love the way this is put. The healing potential of this full moon is amplified, which that just means it could feel intense. The need for regeneration and revelation. So if you feel that tug, that pull, that urge for something more, but you don't just, the itch you can't scratch, that's what this moon is doing. While Pluto seeks to increase our solar radiance, he's also now exposing any shadows that we're still carrying, especially around our ambition. So the other thing that's happening with this moon is it's forming a mystic rectangle. So there's a lot of other planets that are coming, not a lot, but it's several that are coming into play. And we're going to look at all of them. And it can be a real harmonious aspect when you see it for what it is. But once again, Pluto is a big player. He's right across from the moon, and he's connected, he's joined with the sun, and he makes an exact conjunction, or he made his exact conjunction with the sun yesterday. So we're in like a hot box between the sun and the moon with Pluto. So here's things you can do to help you deal with Pluto. It's kind of like throw him a bone, give him what he wants. So release all material possessions that aren't necessary or don't make your life more wonderful. That's a nice way of saying clean out your closets, clean out drawers, do something that helps you feel constructive and gives you a sense of completion and accomplishment, and get that dopamine firing in your brain, and lighten your load a little bit. Release or de-emphasize relationships that are constantly negative or those which don't meaningfully support your personal evolution. So if you notice yourself wanting to cocoon, wanting to get away from people, this could be a part of that. If you find yourself in the company of folks that drag you down, it might be time to hang out with other folks. Release habits that give you no meaningful benefit, or tweak them so they become genuinely helpful. That's another way of saying, look at your diet, look at your exercise routine, do things that are going to make you feel good and enhance your health and make you happy. And then, take the time, and it will feel difficult. It doesn't have to feel difficult. You can choose for it not to, but don't get sucked in to that, don't the downward spiral. Imagine the most awesome life you could ever imagine possible. And, ask yourself the question, why don't I believe I can have it? And then do the shadow work to release those false beliefs, because you're the one that's in your way, no one else. So this also, says the moon and Pluto can catalyze old wounds and traumas. So if there's places that you haven't healed yet, they could show up. You could have memory, dreams. You could just feel heavy, and it might be time to just go in there and look and ask the question, why do I feel so bad? Is there something I haven't healed? Ultimately, Pluto is rooting for you to step fully into your personal power. When necessary, he lights the way by stirring up the unhealed traumas that are preventing you from blossoming into your most magnificent self. Yes, Sarah, absolutely. So those things are just going to happen. They're going to come up. It started for me yesterday. It's just like the light bulb finally comes on, and I can see how I'm in my own way. So it's like when you begin to see that even the catastrophes, the downtimes, the whatever it is all here for your growth. It's all here for your enhancement. Then, and you can take that message and use it, act on it in an appropriate way. Don't throw something through the wall. It's like, go, oh, this is mine. What can I do to heal this? Everything can change. The wet blanket can lift, and the sun can come out, and you can actually take it in and feel it. So here's the gift. Here's one of the gifts of this cycle. There's several. Pluto's other great gift is wealth. This can be money, but wealth can be anything that improves your life. For example, my most rewarding wealth comes when I increase my service capacity. So these, I mean, these little get-togethers we do literally save my emotional, mental life. It lights me up to do this. And if I didn't have these to look forward to, whew. So by opening to deeper spiritual awakening and opening to your capacity, maybe not just to receive, but to give, you can change things up in your life. It's a great time to decide what kinds of wealth matter the most to you. So dreaming in your perfect life, and what is it that you really, really want? And this is such a perfect time right here at the beginning of the new year. I really believe that 2022 is going to bring us lots of opportunities for miracles, and lots of opportunities to give those to ourselves. So we want to see it that way for sure. Here's the other planets in the mystical triangle. Juno, huddled up with Pluto in Capricorn, also opposes the moon. She's an asteroid goddess, and she represents committed partnerships. So any of your relationships that need adjustment, it might be time to look at those, and you have support for that during this full moon. What are things that you might want to release in some of those committed relationships? The other physical body in this rectangle is Ceres. She can help your shadow work proceed more smoothly and offers abundance. This is because Ceres is the grain goddess and is associated with a bountiful harvest. And then the other 2 points in this rectangle are the lunar nodes. So the lunar nodes are all about your life purpose. So what you did before you came and what you brought in with you, and then what you're growing into in this lifetime and your life purpose of this lifetime. That's what those lunar nodes are about. So it just, it feels like the perfect setup for the beginning of a new year. It's like, look at your relationships, look at your money, look at your things that aren't healed yet that might be in your way, and let's sweep those out of the way so that you can move forward in a really good way. So what does shadow work mean? That's a good question. So all of us have places in things that we don't like to look at, lessons that we need to grow into. And for many of us, we like to avoid those things. We like to think that if something, as long as we feel good, life is good. And we many of us like to not look at those, so that's why we call it shadow work, because we keep those in the shadows. We keep those tucked away. And so shadow work is really just opening the closet and looking in there and seeing what's in there. And, like when you ask the question, why don't I believe I can have this? And suddenly you have a memory of growing up, and maybe there was a lot of poverty consciousness in your home. So you don't believe that you can have it. You've identified the false belief, and then the shadow work is going through the process to release that false belief. And there's tons of different practices that you can do. EFT is a really good one to release those multiple emotional blocks. And then anchoring in a new belief system after you finish with that. But all these days, there is all you have to do is Google shadow work, and there are tons of techniques online. Hang on here. I want to see, somebody else asked a question. I want to make sure that I answer. It can, Pluto can represent global health issues. And so obviously we have one of those, and Pluto's been a big player for all the way through the pandemic. So yes, it can emphasize that, I guess, is a good way to put that. Okay. So I did a card pull. I pulled a lot of cards we haven't ever had before. I was really excited about this one. So when you think about all the things that we've talked about, see how this sits with you. And I'm going to turn around and grab my journal, which all of you should probably have yours as well. I meant to, instead I have my planner. So when you think about everything that we've talked about up to this point, these cards are going to make perfect sense. And I'll give you a little time. I'll read the card and I'll give you a little time to journal with anything that's coming up for you with each card. So in the Earth Door, I pulled present moment. Keeping your energy in the present is the most efficient way to get your creations into form. You can't change the past and you can't control the future, but you can choose your actions in this present moment. Bringing all your energy into present time is the most efficient use of it. If you found yourself lost in worry or concern, you are leaking energy that you can be using to create. So where are you stuck in the past? Where are you holding fear about the future? What should you be using your energy for instead? If you need more help getting into present time, go outside, move your body, focus your attention on taking action on a project, get out of avoidance and into the present moment. So take a moment and journal with anything that comes up for you with that. So for the water door, I pulled adapt. I don't think I've ever pulled this card. It says many times in the physical realm, things might not go exactly the way we planned. Water teaches us that during these times, rather than scrapping the plan altogether, we can learn to go with the flow and adapt our plans to fit the circumstances at hand. We may not always be able to complete the project as we originally intended, but learning to adapt can help us achieve the outcome we desire. So, where do you need to adapt your plan to fit the circumstances you find yourself in? I thought this was so powerful for right now. And then in the air door, I pulled Libra, the balancer. So Libra teaches, and we talked about how Pluto is all about balancing. Libra teaches the importance of balanced relationships. And that's not just relationships with people, that's relationships with your life, with all the things that you juggle. It encourages us to see things from all sides, to honor each person's point of view, balance opposites, consider options, meet and mediate well. How can you create safe space for everyone in your world to be valued? Do you need to develop more cooperative social skills? How are your partnerships? Can you see your relationships as a spiritual path? So take a moment, do a little review. What's Libra here to share with you today? And then fire. I pulled energize, and we all need this. This is the energy of fire that we need today, for sure. Fire is pure energy in motion. It can bring energy and life force to any situation. This is where we get the phrase light a fire under them. Fire can literally cause anything to move and move quickly. So, what needs to be energized in your life? Where do you need more energy to move you forward? How can fire help you energize your creations? Where do you need more movement? So you can literally talk to the elements and ask them for help. So you can ask fire to help you energize your actions to move your projects forward. And I would highly encourage you to do that. Not just get guidance, but ask for support. Ask for the big influx of energy to move through your body and then activate it in the dance. Really tap into fire if you need it right now. Yeah, me too, Linda. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I was speaking to myself. And then Spirit, I pulled this card. This is a card we've pulled before. Higher Self. Your higher self is the part of you that is always connected to the upper realms and the divine energies. It loves you with an unshakable love that never ends because it knows the depths of who you truly are. It works tirelessly to remind you of this, knowing that when you truly remember your divinity, this life won't seem so difficult. Its goal for you is always self-realization. Even though it loves you deeply, it has very little concern for egoic needs and desires. It will always steer you toward the higher path and always meet you with total and unconditional love. And, if you feel a dip in your energy or your mood, it could be a disconnect from your higher self. And all you have to do is ask, just reach out and call in, reconnect with your higher self. What does your higher self want you to know right now? Jill, I am using my own deck called Alchemy, the Path of the Profitable Priestess, and I'll send a link when I send the recording out. If you want to order a deck, you're certainly welcome to do that. You can get them from me. I don't have them on Amazon or anything like that. But you can get them through my website. Okay. And then I pulled an abundance card for us this time, a prosperity card. And the card we pulled was Affirm Your Abundance, which is perfect for right where we are. We live on an abundant planet. You cannot look outside your window and not see abundance everywhere. And truly, all of us enjoy abundance in so many ways, but we may have a tendency to forget that. One of the key, hang on here, I'm muting somebody. One of the key tricks to remembering your abundance all the time is a gratitude journal. Making time to be thankful for what you do have creates the space for more. Another way to bring more of what you want into your life is to affirm and give thanks for it before it arrives. Whatever we tell ourselves daily will find its way into our lives. So try this one on. This is one of my favorites. This is from Amanda Frances. My work is of high service and worthy of massive compensation. I'm offering my gifts to the world and being massively compensated. So when you say that, you can feel a difference in your system. And that's the magic of affirming your abundance. So look up a few abundance affirmations and begin to use them, see what happens. Abundance of snow. Always the positive optimist. She all right, everyone. So here's how I adapted. So I was adapting before I pulled the card. I was supposed to be teaching professional levels 1 and 2 for the past 2 weekends, this weekend and last weekend and next weekend. But nobody was ready for that. So I have opted to do another personal level this weekend if anyone wants to. I've sent out a couple of emails and it'll be on the email at the bottom of the rewind or of the recording. So if you're interested in tapping in to CCT so that you can be in a good mood all the time, join me this weekend. Okay, here we go. So here's the link. And if you go to Celestial Forest Institute and over at the end, I think under more, you'll find the card deck. But this is the link if you want it. And I will, like I said, I'll send it out so you can click on it later when I send out the recording. All right, everybody, let's get up and move our bodies again. I want you to activate all of those full moon intentions that, yes, it is, Christina. Oh, Susie, Christina, how long are the meetings this weekend? So if you're going to sign up for CCT, I need to say this right now. Sign up today or tomorrow because we have 3 activations that you need to do before class on Friday. And then I set up classes for this so that you still have a weekend. So we do an hour and a half to 2 hours on Friday and 2 hours on Saturday. And the 2 hours on Friday can either be at 9 o'clock in the morning, especially if we have people across the pond, or we can do it later in the afternoon or evening, depending on who all signs up and what they want. And then Saturday is usually 9 a.m. my time, so Central Time, but I have been known to adjust it in the past for folks on the coast, one direction or the other. So, yes, I'm going to share a recording of today, Amber, for sure. Yay, Christina. That's exciting. Okay. All right, everyone. You're so welcome. Let's dance. Whoops. Yeah, we should get a screen up here so we can. Here we go. Thank all of you for coming today. I give thanks to the elemental forces for holding space for us today. And I give thanks to all of these powerful spirit warriors that are doing their sacred work. And I close the circle in the light. I will see you all next month or later on. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Always my pleasure. Always. And I can't get out. I can't get out. Help. Okay, it'll let me out now.